So today we will take a look how to cold start your old classic car. There are some things to remember if you want your car to work for a long time, and these are the steps that I take, and I think you should use them too. So remember, always have a fully charged battery, some clean plugs, and a working coil, ignition coil that fires the plugs. If these three are working fine, then you shouldn't have a problem starting your old car even when the weather is not fine and it's cold. The other thing that you have to have is the fuel delivery and compression from the pistons. So these are the necessary things for the car to have if you want the engine to work properly. So I know that I have a fully charged new battery, so it's as easy as to plug it in. Many of you know already my car. It's a 1967 Fiat Sport Coupe with a fully rebuilt twin cam 1.8 Abarth engine. It's very sweet and I love it to bits. So tighten your battery fully, because if you don't do that, sometimes the ignition doesn't work properly and you don't get the right size of the spark. So that's everything in the engine bay, and let's go inside the car and I'll tell you some more stuff what you should do if you want your engine to last long. So now we are in the car, and there are a few things that you should remember before starting your engine. On this particular engine I don't have any choke on the carbs. The reason is that you really don't need them, because you can use your right foot and give the carbs and the engine a little gas during the cranking. But before you do that, you should always have some oil in the engine, on the crankshaft, at the camshafts and so on, in the cylinder bores, because once you crank the engine and you start the engine and it revs like with the choke, if you use the choke to 2000 revs, then you are really abusing your crankshafts, the bearing at the crankshaft, and your engine just won't last so long. So always preserve and take care of your engine, and then your classic car will last longer and work how it should. So in my car I have these gauges which tell me if the pressure of the oil is building up. Don't rev it too long, because then you are also discharging the battery and you are abusing a little bit the starter motor. So what I usually do, I check my oil pressure, and once the light is off, that means that enough oil has been ran through the engine. This car stood here like for 14 days. It hasn't been driven since it's winter. And yeah, that's enough. The oil already went through all the passages, so now it's okay to turn the fuel pump on. Perhaps you can hear it. We'll build up the pressure of the fuel and then just pump a few times with your carbs. Probably you don't have enough fuel after a long standing engine in them. If the engine stands for long, then the fuel evaporates, so that's a good thing to do. And I think I have enough. You can try it up. The engine is cold, so that's what usually happens. So give it a little bit more gas. That's all right. It works perfectly fine. The engine is rebuilt, so there is no need to check anything. But when you also start, don't pump too much gas, because you can wash away the oil from the cylinder bores, and again you'll end up with not prolonged longevity of your engine, but you'll have to perhaps change your piston rings and so on.